Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and this week we are doing a sit down chat. Get ready with me. I'm so excited for today's topic. And I also am wanting to do a Pinterest inspired look today. And let me go ahead and show you what I picked out. I have about 4 different looks, but I feel like this one is going to go great with my hair. I do have in this 613. I have this 613 wig installed, and I just toned it and I did a dark brown root. But let's go ahead and show you guys today's makeup look. We have the beautiful Miss Uche here. She has this beautiful bold red lip. I love this look. Like I said, I feel like it's going to go great with this hair. So yeah, this is today's Pinterest inspired look. Let's go ahead and get into this makeup and today's topic, which is jealousy. So first we're going to start off with Juvia's Place foundation. I just got this foundation. I love the coverage. If you're a makeup girly, you like to beat your face every day and you have melanated skin, it's a great pickup from Ulta or Sephora. I want to say it's Ulta though. I'm just going to start by dabbing this on my face just for moderate coverage. So what is jealousy? When you look up the definition of jealousy, jealousy is a human emotion. I don't think that jealousy is something that should be demonized in our society. It's natural. You're going to see someone with a fancy car and feel a pang, a little sting of jealousy. You're going to see someone with that icy watch and you may feel a little bit insecure about your current financial situation. You're going to see someone with your ideal body type and maybe feel a little insecure. I feel like all of those feelings are normal and should not be rejected, but instead should be embraced. So those feelings should definitely be embraced. They shouldn't be ignored. And we're just going in lightly with the beauty blender. Just making sure we get full coverage here. And I will be checking back. I will be looking at my mirror as well as the camera because I just need to get a good view of things. So make sure everything's going smoothly with the makeup because I'm definitely taking pictures after this. It's mandatory. But yeah, I don't feel like feelings of jealousy should be ignored and feel like they should be embraced, and people should not demonize feelings of jealousy. However, jealousy starts to take a turn, and it can take a sour turn when you begin to feel envious. And someone usually feels envious because someone has the lifestyle they want, they have the partner that they want, they're making more money than them, they have more material assets. That usually is what is the driving force of someone being envious of you, or envious in general. Envy is a disease. Envy is going to block your blessings. Envy is going to cause you to have low self-worth, and it's just not cute. It's not cute. Like, I don't think jealous is being cute either, but I would prefer someone to be jealous and be open and honest about it than to be secretly envious. And I feel like we do live in the type of generation where a lot of people get by, associating themselves with certain people and smiling in your face. Meanwhile, they want what you have. They want to take your place. They're ready to destroy your foundation and see you crumble, while also, pretending to root for you in your corner. This is something that a lot of people need to be aware of. And this is where also with the conversation of evil eye comes into play, because for me personally, it took me a little while to fully embrace the idea that someone could ever be jealous of me. I am a very open-hearted person. I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and I just never really seen myself as someone that someone should ever be jealous of. But jealousy doesn't work like that. It doesn't matter if you have $0 in your bank account or you're a billionaire. 9 times out of 10, there's at least one person who was jealous of you in your life. And sometimes it's not even tied to your material possessions. It can literally just be your personality. It could be who you are as a person, the way you come across to other people, how other people love you. you know, just certain personality traits that you carry or have within yourself that other people will look at and target and quote unquote want for themselves. Today we're going to go in with the Fenty concealer. I have this in the shade, I don't know if the shade is on here, Almond Butter, shade number 12. I usually use the Fenty Dewy foundation, but today we're just going to do the concealer. And we definitely want to get that inner corner and the chin. But yes, so it doesn't matter what you have. People will be jealous. People will be envious. But I feel like the biggest thing to combat this, you want to make sure that the people that you have around you genuinely want to see you win. This can be hard if you're not spiritually in touch with yourself, if you're naive and you cannot be alone. I would rather be alone and have 0 friends than to have people around me who genuinely do not have my best interest at heart. That is not something that is an issue for me. I grew up having to kind of be a loner, and so like I've always been a friendly person. I've always had friends, but being a loner or being alone has something that I don't want to say came natural to me, but because I am kind of complex, I'm a social butterfly. I love people, but in the same breath, I understand the importance of knowing how to be alone. And I feel like when you know how to be alone, it's easier for you to select partners and friendships that genuinely align with you and your path. And these are people who are going to have your best interests. When it comes to my concealer, I do know that people say that you should let it sit. I am going to let it sit. I'm not going to let it sit for too long, but yeah, I'm gonna let it sit, but I'm not gonna let it sit for too long. And I just like to dab it in with this. I don't really use my beauty blender. But like I was saying, you can generally just be a good-hearted person and someone can be jealous of you. Personally, I do feel like evil eye bracelets. I have an evil eye bracelet. I love it, but I more so wear it for the decoration. And you know, it's cute. It's a cute design rather than generally wearing it for protection. I feel like protection comes from you being aware of your surroundings and the people that you hang around and God. I feel like that's the most protection that you ever going to need. You also don't want to be super duper flashy either. I have learned that I don't have to prove myself to other people. I don't have to prove to people how much I have in my bank account, how well I'm doing for myself or anything like that, because I have a healthy self-esteem. A lot of people don't have a healthy self-esteem. A lot of people feel like they have to prove themselves. They have to have, you know, at least 10 friends or people around them. They have to be accepted by society in order to be deemed worthy or valuable. And I feel like that is a toxic mindset because it makes you a target. It's a lot easier to make someone a target who is displaying what they have and what they're going for, rather than someone who is more strategic in what they expose to people and the information that they let out. Mind you, this is something that I've had to learn. I'm a social butterfly. I don't mind being an open book with people. However, it can backfire, and I have seen it backfire. And the thing with envy is that it can take a very twisted turn. It can lead to people losing their lives simply because they weren't cautious enough of their surroundings, and they just moved with a naive mindset, and it's just not helpful. And I don't know why this was weighing on my heart, but I felt like this is just a topic that a lot of people should dissect more, especially coming into the new year, because we are seeing a lot of people who have already achieved their goals within the last year, or people who are striving and they're on the path to success. And it's easy to be intimidated and to feel feelings of jealousy and to feel like you are not where you're supposed to be at in life. It's very easy to feel that. And I feel like I personally have seen it firsthand, the negative effects of jealousy, and I'm not here for it. Like I said, it's not cute. It's just not cute to be jealous. It's not the vibes. And for contour, I just like to use this stipple brush And I use the True Complexion Cream Contour Palette. As you can see, the contour part is literally gone. I love this. I love to use this on top of my concealer to kind of like blend it out with my skin more, but it's fine. And we're just going to go in with this contour right here. So you want to be aware of who's in your circle. I feel like one big indicator that someone around you is jealous and they're not happy for the success that you have in your life, whether it could be your partner, it could be your job, it could be the things that you have or just who you are. They're always comparing themselves to you. And they can do it unintentionally. Like, it's like, oh, like, or people who always have to prove themselves. If people have to prove themselves, they are low-key jealous or envious of where you are in your life. People will prove themselves by, oh, well, look, I have this and I have that, or I didn't have to go through this to get that. If people are constantly having to compare this situation to yours, that is not your friend, and I think you should run. This person is secretly in the corner. Oh, she thinks she's this, she thinks she's that because she got that, but I got this in this amount of time, and I did this in this amount of time. No. That is someone who is secretly jealous or envious of you, and they don't want to see you succeed. Now, I do believe in healthy competition. I feel like competition is something that I've had to learn how to embrace coming into my adulthood and womanhood. Competition is natural and it's normal. As humans, we're naturally competitive people. We want the best partner, we want the best job, we want the best circumstance for ourselves. However, the issue with that is I would rather have someone be upfront and honest about the things that they want and that they want to achieve than someone who is fake and phony and is actually plotting behind your back for your failure. Two infamous cases of jealousy and animosity. First of all, Selena Quintanillion, rest in peace. Very beautiful woman. She had a very beautiful and successful career. She had someone in her inner circle that like genuinely just obsessed. They were obsessed with her. They were obsessed with what she stood for. And I think even till this day, people really don't know why she decided to take Selena's life and like genuinely create just such a horrible act against her and her family after they embraced her openly. But you realize it's like a lot of the times it's the people closest to you that don't want to see you win, which is so ironic. You would think it's just this regular smuggler person on the street, and yeah, they may have some feelings of jealousy towards you, but it's usually the person who is the closest to you that doesn't want to see you succeed and doesn't want to see you prevail. Let me see how this contour is coming. Super cute. Yeah, it's usually the people closest to you. And then now, I guess this is going to lead us into the topic of quiet confidence. I am obsessed with people who are quietly confident. I don't want to say obsessed. That's a little far. But people who are quietly confident, it speaks volumes. When you walk into a room and you don't have to prove yourself, you don't have to people please, you don't have to show off the newest watch you have, you don't have to show off, just some things that you've attained along the way on your journey to success. It's just something that speaks for itself. You don't have to prove it. That is a very beautiful thing. A lot of people don't know how to fully embrace being quietly confident because they have this deep-seated insecurity of, if I don't prove myself, then no one's gonna like me, or I'm not gonna fit in, which is really a lie. Because as you get older, you realize, like, why do I feel the need to prove myself to these people? Why do I see that as a necessity? Like, why is that important? That's something that you should question if you constantly feel like you have to validate yourself with other people's approval outside of you. You want to build that personal voice. You want to build that confidence to know that it doesn't matter how broke I am or how much money I have. My confidence is unshakable, regardless of the circumstance. And you should move like that personally. Because I just feel like not only does it make you less of a target, it puts you under the radar. And people, yeah, they're going to underestimate you. Guys, I just bought, hold up, I'm going to come back on that topic. I just bought this Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Honey. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try today. A lot of people seem to like it, so let's see. Also, I have the Laneige lip mask on because I am going to be doing a red lip. But like I was saying, it's going to put you under the radar when you have more of a quiet confidence and you don't have to show off your newest car, your newest valuables. You don't have to prove yourself to other people. It's going to put you under the radar in a good way. And people are going to underestimate you. That's just going to happen. Yes, people are always going to underestimate you and what you can accomplish because internally they feel like they couldn't do it themselves. So why should you be it? What makes you think you're so great that you can accomplish it? That's how people think. But you want to move with that quiet confidence because it does give you a layer of protection. And it puts you under the radar because people are automatically going to underestimate you. And if someone's underestimating you and you're not a target, then they're not trying to mess up your success because they don't think you're going to be successful in the first place. So if you are the underdog or you're in that phase of your life where you're building and you feel like you just don't have the recognition that you deserve for what you've conquered, be grateful for that season because once you do elevate and you get bigger and people can actually see your success and it's harder to hide, new levels, new devils. I really don't mind being under the radar. I don't mind being underestimated. I don't mind people not knowing my business. Obviously, I want to be transparent, but I feel like there's certain boundaries that need to be in place when it comes to that. This video is a little longer than I expected, but it's okay. So we're just gonna let that sit. Let me make sure I got everything. I'm so excited to see how this comes out because this is my first time using this setting powder. Let's blend it up. Blend it up some more. So this is my favorite eyeshadow palette to ever be created. This is the Juvia's Place the Nubian Queen palette, child. As you can see, I love this color. It's just because it matches with my skin very well. Let's refer back to this picture so I can kind of see what Uche, I think I said her name right, Uche Notori. She doesn't really have any eyeshadow on, but I'm going to do a basic brown nude eyeshadow. So we've already dissected how you can combat jealousy in your life if you feel like people are jealous. Now let's talk about what you should do if you are jealous. Let's say you are someone who deals with jealousy and you know that this isn't a healthy emotion that you could work through. You feel like this is something that's more of a burden to you than it is helping you, and that's understandable. I feel like jealousy is really like it stems from childhood trauma. Like maybe as a child you felt like you had to overcompensate, or you just always see people doing better than you and having a better lifestyle than you. So when you do see someone who has more than what you have or has something that you want, you're jealous because you feel like you can't attain it. Personally, for me, I rarely ever get jealous. I may see someone that I admire, but I'm more than likely going to get inspired by that person. I'm more than likely going to admire that person because I personally feel like anything that someone else has, I could do the same exact thing if I wanted to. If someone has a Corvette, what's stopping me from getting a Corvette? Let's go up to them, maybe ask them a question. Hey, what do you do for work? Like there's certain ways that you can combat jealousy, or like, honestly, you should use jealousy to make you work harder. You should use those negative emotions to push you to want to do better for yourself and know that if someone else can attain this thing, then what is blocking me from getting this? What is really stopping me? And nine times out of 10 is usually yourself. And once you confront that emotion, it's just a lot. It just makes your life a lot easier, and it makes you enjoy your life and appreciate what you have more. Like, love yours. Loving yours is going to get you very far. Appreciate what you have. Simply having a roof over your head or having your bills paid. Someone doesn't have that. It makes you realize, every day I have something that I could be grateful for. Every day there's something that I'm looking over in my life that someone else doesn't have. And when you have that type of mentality, it just transforms your life. You see things from a whole different perspective. And that really, I feel like that mindset really like registered with me once I heard Love Yours by J. Cole. Love that song. It's iconic. He made that point of, as long as you have people around you who love you, truly love you, they want the best for you, they're rooting for you, and you have your basic necessities. Yeah, you might see that person on TV who has a hotter girl than you, a better car, a better circumstance to you visually. Because first of all, we never know what someone is going through in their personal life. You'll never know what somebody's truly going through behind closed doors, or what they had to do to get what they have. Mario Badescu spray. I have this here in the cucumber and green tea and aloe. I was gonna say flavor, but it has all that stuff in it. And I just use this to blend in my makeup a lot more, and it also hydrates your face. All right, guys, so we're almost at the end of the video. I did go ahead and apply my lashes off of the camera, and I took off the lip mask. If you want to know what I use for my lashes, I just use this Duo white adhesive glue. It dries clear. It's my favorite glue. I've been using it for about 3 years now. But let's go ahead and do the lip and then set the makeup. So to do the lip, I always do a brown liner with a red lip. I don't really like a super duper bold red lip. I haven't really experimented too much with that, but I do love a brown liner. So, and this is one of those brown liners that you honestly can just get from your beauty supply store. I have a darker one, but we're gonna go with this one today. Just outline those lips. I have this Sephora lipstick, Sephora brand. The color is in, they don't have the color. I may be able to link this down below if I can find it on their website. But it is this kind of dark red wine red. And I just like to coat the bottom first and then go in with the top. Looks great. So we're just gonna wait for this to dry, and I have to follow up with the Black Radiance Matte Perfect lipstick, and this is a little bit brighter than the one I have on, but I just like to have at least 2 good coats of lipstick on. And on my final point on the topic of jealousy, people know your potential before you can fully see what you're capable of. When people know what you're capable of and they know your potential, you're going to be a target. So if you're someone who is talented, and let's say you probably don't even know that you're talented, people are going to try you, people are going to push you past your limits, and they're going to test you as well. And I feel like that's just the lesson of learning how to grow confidence in yourself, and knowing that at the end of the day, I know my worth. So other people's reflection of me has nothing to do with me. That's their own personal issue. That's their own personal problem. And like I said, a lot of the times you are going to be a target when you don't know your worth, or you don't know what you're capable of, because those people can already see that if you already could continue on the path that you're on, you're going to reach a certain amount of success, and you may even surpass them. So you want to keep that in mind, and you want to be strategic about the people that you have around you, because that's really going to help negate any sort of negative energy or negative vibes in your life that don't want to see you overcome any obstacles on your path. So let's go ahead and do this last layer. Looks good, girl. I didn't do too much because I feel like this is perfect. And my favorite setting spray of all time, the Urban Decay All Night. I think it's called, yeah, Ultra Matte All Nighter. We're gonna do about 2 sprays of this. And let's go on with the gold for the inner corners.